Okay, we want you guys to set up an account, huh? Okay,
I think they all want to play.
awesome, awesome. What we're gonna do is, I'm currently in Adilas. We are gonna create a new, a brand new corporation, and we're gonna call it a Logan Training, okay? And we're gonna let you guys come in here, we're gonna set you all up. Matter of fact, we're gonna create one little username and password, and then you're gonna log in as if you were the administrator, and you're gonna create your own little username and password. That way we can have you come in so that we know who's doing what, okay? So this is how easy it is to set up a new corporation from the Adilas side, and how this works. So basically what I would do is I have to go, this is me personally, and you guys don't have to remember this, but I'll just kind of walk you through it. I go to the classic homepage because I have it built on a permission. I click down here, the core homepage. I come up here and I say add a new corporation. I then say, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it Logan Training. Are you guys okay with that name? And the address, BATC Logan. I don't know all this stuff, okay? We're just going to fake it. We're in Utah. 84321 is the zip. The EIN, I am not sure, so we're going to fake it. The phone is 555-5555, okay? The main email, we're going to go info@Adilas.biz. We're going to pretend that Adilas.biz is their thing. We could come down, we could create any sort of colors. This creates the entire look and feel of the entire application. And I say add corp. And now, basically, that corporation exists. There's not a user assigned to it, but that's how easy it is to create a new fenced-in area where we will be playing. Tomorrow, all day tomorrow, we're going to be in there hammering. Your assignment tomorrow is going to be, okay, I need you to do 5 invoices, and you're going to do it, and then we're going to check it. You guys are going to do it, and we're going to check it, okay? Watch this. We're going to assign some inventory types to this little thing. We're going to do, eventually we're going to need some balance sheet stuff, some labor, some parts, and we'll just, does anybody want to do special units? If we want to, we can do it later. Trailers, toppers, vehicles, modular homes, whatever. Okay, assign that to the corp. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and, I keep forgetting that I don't have the correct home page set as my main home page. I'm going to go add a new user so that you guys can all log in underneath it. So I'm going to go add edit Payees system-wide, and I'm going to say employee, and we are going to call this, what I'd like to do, just so that we can all do this, why don't we all make our first names, I don't want it to compete with your other ones that you already have in there, okay? So why don't we do something like this? Logan is our first name, and then our last name is going to end up being like S. Moore, C. Moore, you know, S. Olin type thing. That's like, we're going to put the first name as Logan, just for kicks and giggles for this particular demo, okay? So first name, for me, I'm going to go right here. Logan, and I'm going to say, hey, do I have anybody, sorry, let me do that under last, no, first name we're going to do Logan. Okay, search, do we have anybody? Nope, I don't. Quick, let's add one.
Didn't I say last name?
What's his last name?
I think you just put Logan as last name because your fields were upside down.
Okay, no problem. We happen to have this handy little thing called a back button. Have you guys ever used this one called the super back button? You need to go back to right about there. Okay, there's a couple Logan. This is system-wide, so we'll skip them. But we're going to kind of come in here, and we're going to say, who's going to be my main corporation? So this is what Steve and I do when we set up a new corporation. We call it Logan Training. See if I can find it here. Logan Training. And it's going to be an employee. And I'm going to say first name is Logan. I'm not going to worry about a middle name. And then I'm going to go B. Moore. My username is going to be Logan B. Moore. Okay, that's how I'm going to kind of set my little thing up. My email is going to be whatever I want it to be. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. my address is where I live in Richmond, but I'm just going to put somewhere and some city. And I'm going to go ahead and do Utah 84321. I'm going to come down and I'm going to say, I would like to be in Mountain Time. There's a number of other features that you could do, and I'm going to say, add that payee. Okay, now at this point, I want to break. What we've done is inside of Adilas, I've created a corporation. I've created a user. They are not currently bridged with any sort of permissions yet, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to now say, I need to create a connection, okay? And this is a very super high admin permission that basically some of the admin people have. We will now bridge and say, okay, this new corporation and this user, let's have you start talking, okay? So basically, I have a link right here. It's special, assign any payee to any corp. And so basically at this point, I say, hey, wow, I'm already with Be More, and I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to say, I'm going to assign you to specifically to the Logan training one. And we're going to do permissions. There's 100 of these things. All we're going to do at this point is I'm going to assign some admin permissions, and then you guys are going to log in, and we're going to have you create your own. Okay? So these are very, very admin. Add in a payees and manage the corp information. And I'm going to say add permissions. Okay, if you guys are ready to log in, you guys are all going to log in as me, and I'm going to have you add your own selves as a user in the system, okay? Now, normally you don't do this. You normally don't say, oh, cool, why don't you go add yourself to the system, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm virtually going to pretend that we've created a link between corporation and user with 2 permissions, that's it. But it's going to be enough to let you go in and actually set up a user, okay? And then you're going to be able to actually start assigning your own permissions. I see a bunch of stairs and stuff. Can I?
Okay,
Questions?
so the username is Logan Be More?
Yep, and it's all lowercase.
All lowercase.
Oh,
That's
lowercase.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, so I'm going to log out and I'm going to log in with you as well. LOGANBMOORE.
And
1,
then
2,
the
3,
password
4,
was
5.
1, 2, 3, 4?
5, all the way up to 5.
Okay, gotcha.
Ka-chink. So this is actually the classic homepage, that one that was really, really complicated. We have 2 permissions turned on, that's it. But it dynamically kind of says, oh, I can honestly see that you don't have a whole lot. What I want you to do is you will click right here and you will say add edit payee.
All lowercase. Logan Be More. Password is
So I'm already lost, sorry.
No problem.
Choose corporation, I thought I could go find Logan training, but it's not there.
Okay,
Am I missing
did you
stuff?
log in as yourself or did you log in as,
Oh, I accidentally did this, so
yeah, so just hit this little log out link, one of those guys.
Yep.
Now, you're going to go in as Logan B. Moore, and just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll get you to this stage. Okay? Do you guys need help?
Come to this part.
Okay, you're fine, you're fine. Yep. So basically, you clicked on this little thing that said add edit payees and permissions. Are we all to that point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, at this point, what it does is it says, hey, I only got Brandon in here. This is where you're going to add yourself. You're going to say search, add a payee in the database. And you're going to say first name of Logan. And say search. I'm the only one in here. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to do this. Click.
So admin payee.
Correct. So and
And then we have to
I'm
put
not.
down Logan is my first name.
Yeah, I'm not trying to confuse you. All I'm trying to do is I'm letting you log in pretending that you're virtually an admin person at this point, okay? But I want to build this thing from the ground level up so that you can see what it is that Adilas does.
So I'm Logan and then my last name.
Correct. Yep. So everybody's going to have the first name of Logan, just so that that's who we are. And I would recommend you do a similar thing even for your username and permissions. Okay, and as far as the permissions, like let's have everybody get to the point where they're filling out the top part, just the asterisk pieces, until you get to the part where you start seeing color, where it starts saying, hey, whoa, we got a whole bunch of permissions we can assign here. Once you're to that point, I'd like you to stop. Employees, okay? But then you're going to be able to log in underneath your own thing, and then we'll be able to say, ooh, actually touch this, because we might even work in teams. Okay, you build this, and then you approve it, and you do this. So it'll be like Chris did it, and Shannon approved it, or Cheryl did it, and Wayne approved it, or that type of a thing eventually, so we can see how everybody works together. Once you're to this part, let me know, kind of just raise your hand so I can see who's at that point.
Am I active?
Okay, yes,
Payees status active?
yes.
What was the name of the company again? Logan?
It's Logan
Logan
Training. Logan Training.
Let's see if I was a little bit.
Okay, does anybody have questions? Are we to the permission point? Okay,
To the colors, you?
correct. So what I would like you to do is we're going to do this. There are tons and tons of these permissions, okay? And we're going to go through them. I basically want to add 3 permissions, okay? Just 3 right now.
Okay.
We're going to scroll down, and you're going to get to the first yellow one. It's in System Basics.
I put my first.
Go until you see yellow.
Last name is S.O. Walk in and out.
What's that? We're going to end up doing this one right here, password and profile.
Okay.
So click on password and profile. And then we're going to scroll all the way down to the very bottom. Okay? And I'm going to give you guys these top 2 red bins. So you'll be in a section called System Management, and you're going to end up getting Add Edit Payees and Permissions and Manage Corp Info and Permissions. And you're going to turn those 2 on. Click, click.
Add and Management Corp?
So those are 2 huge.
The very
red,
first 2.
So red is an admin type permission. It goes yellow is basic, okay? Green is kind of sales, blues are managers, purple is accounting type thing, and red is admin. We're giving you guys all full admin access. This particular one, if you have both of these turned on, this allows you to turn any other permission you want on for yourself. Okay, that's why we're doing that. Okay. Go ahead and do that and create yourself as the payee at the bottom. So I already see Chris Heaps, I see Seymour, I see D. Birkencutter, I see McClarty. Is that you? Okay, perfect. Esmore and Solon. I'm just teasing you. Craig, have you got yours in there?
No, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, what did you know when you're looking at them? I
If I hit add me again, will it do it again? Will it the same name twice?
Okay, so what it'll actually do is it'll say, oh, I've already been using that username. Like, it'll do that kind of a check. You could technically have a John Smith and a John Smith, and both of them are real names. So it doesn't do validation on the physical names, but you can't have the same username type thing. So it does do some validation there.
You want password? Scroll down. In the yellow. Add password or whatever.
So now what I would actually like you to do is to test your login. Say, click the little logout link.
Mine work. You know you log in.
I would highly recommend that you physically write down your username and password.
And then scroll all the way down.
So log out.
Okay?
Yep, log
Scroll
completely
all the
out.
way down.
Start over.
Brendan, what was the master username and password again? Logan Training?
No, it's under mine, and it's actually
Logan B.
Top two red.
Logan B. Moore, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all lowercase.
Yeah. Now edit. Now, do you remember your login?
Welcome.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Oh,
exist.
okay.
I'm bona fide.
You are bona fide.
Would you like to remember the password for,
No, close that window, sir.
just close it?
Yeah. Now hit your back button. What's it telling you forgot?
Oh, I needed an email address.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
all right.
So hopefully, even as you can hear, like Craig's, this is kind of often when you do that, and especially when you're setting up an employee, if you happen to mess up and it does do that, it'll erase that password, so you have to re-enter that. It's just a piece of the browser. I can't really change that. So, actually, one of the neatest things that we do is we write on top of browsers. Browsers are awesome.
Will they ever stop that? I mean, will they ever come in and say, we don't want you doing that?
That's actually the whole web. The whole web rides on a browser. So we automatically get search capabilities, built-in printing, built-in ability to jump, built in. And we don't even do, all we do is like, sweet, we can ride that wave. Sweet, we can ride that wave. So this page is right here. If I were in a different company or something like this, watch this. If I go to Add Edit Payee, say I have a huge long list. It's built into the browser. I can go like this, Control F. I can now type in something like this. Oh, I've got 3 matches of more. B more, C more, S more. It's built into the browser. So like say you have this big old long list or something,
Well,
you have a built-in search
So
functionality in any page, and it's just a piece of the browser. It's
Okay.
just a piece of the browser.
That connection is just
All right,
amazing.
that page.
Yeah, it allows you to do tons of neat things. It's really,
Password
really
field,
cool.
minimum 4 characters.
Well, you
Yeah,
probably
it'll-
did confirm
it'll,
since you had to go backwards once before.
If you go backwards, that particular piece, and that's just a browser thing, it basically says, it'll kick that out. It doesn't
Also,
remember
just
that
need to
password.
redo that.
Yeah, just redo the
Yeah, just
password.
put it back in.
That search capability is amazing. Like, literally, here's how I use it. Say I'm doing bank reconciliation, okay? And I've got a whole bunch of stuff that happened, and I've got my data here, and I've got another window open that has my online banking. And I see that check number 1450
Oh, yeah, I see.
cleared on such and such a date.
I
And
see.
I'm scanning down, I'm like, I don't see 1450. I'll click on this browser, Control F, 1450. Oh, there it is. Like, it basically finds
I
it
only
for
use
me.
that in my Word documents when I'm trying to find a word, if I've written something in an article or something, and I can't remember where I wrote it, I'll write a keyword. But to think it goes beyond the whole system, everything you do.
Every single page, because we write on a browser, you can do Control F on any page. You can pull up an inventory list of like, like just for fun. We'll just do a quick little search. Actually, we don't even have those permissions turned on yet. Guess I can't do that.
Yeah,
You can do much of anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, turn your permissions on.
Yep, so because you guys have those admin permissions, you can actually start adding some permissions.
Are
Okay?
we allowed to give each